Hi, Steve Shepard, Connecticut Real Estate, and welcome to Optimum Leadership Television. We're here tonight talking to Elizabeth Kutepov. She's a poet, musician, and a rapper. We'll talk to her in a minute. I'm going to tell you a little bit about optimum leadership. So we talk to people from all walks of life because you know what? We all need a little help. We've all gone through the hard times, and it's nice to see stories. It's easier to understand personal stories versus, reading a book. So we're going to jump right into it. Liz, when I take a look at your life on a sheet of paper, there's four things that jump out at me. It's pain, recovery, creative expression, and faith. So let's just start at the beginning, shall we?
Sure.
Just jump right into early childhood issues. Doesn't it? We all have pain there.
Early childhood issues. My family was living in Japan at the time. My father was a doctor in the Navy, and I guess that a lot of my pain began when I was about 5 years old. My dad was not home a lot. I was asking my mom, where's dad? Where's dad? Oh, he's at the hospital working late. Well, that wasn't so, I learned later. So I just started out with intense pain in my life, missing my father. Just missing him, and greatly. I can't even say how much I wanted him in my life, and it just never happened. I grew up without a dad, so it was extremely painful. Yes.
Okay. How'd that affect your mental health?
Well, I was very depressed as a kid, and going into my teenage years, I'd say the depression was kind of prevailed over all other emotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did the depression last?
Well, it went on for years, and finally, when I was 19, I had my first manic episode. I was living in California at the time, and I just lost a lot of sleep. Like, I didn't sleep for maybe 3 nights in a row, and something was definitely not right. And I got landed into a hospital for about 2 weeks and placed on medication for bipolar disorder. And that's when really the most devastating part of my life began.
Okay. So how long did you end up in the hospital, and how did you get out?
Well, that particular hospitalization was about 10 days to 2 weeks. And I did actually end up living with my father. At that point, he picked me up from the hospital, and I lived with him for maybe a period of 2 months, and it didn't really work out. So, and then one hospitalization led to another, and then another, and many, many emergency room visits, and a course of ECT, which is electroconvulsive therapy, for those that don't know what ECT means. Just to put it in a nutshell, I suffered inordinately. I mean, every time I turned around, I was walking into the emergency room. I felt like death for years. It went on for probably over 30 years until doctors found the right medications, the right combination of medicines that finally helped me and brought me out of hell. I mean, it was so bad at one point that I attempted my life. I made a suicide attempt. And if my mother hadn't found me in the bedroom, I was comatose. I was visiting my mother, and I ended up taking a whole bottle of medicine. I couldn't take it anymore. I wrote her a little suicide note, and I said, "Mom, I love you dearly, and I love my brother, but I'm really sorry I can't I can't go on like this. I was suffering for years and years and years, and that was like it. And I woke up in the hospital. I'm like, oh damn, I'm still here.
At least you can laugh about it now. I
Yeah.
was going to ask you if there was a low point in your life. Would you say that was it?
That was probably the lowest point in my life, where I was just laying in my bed and I was just numb. I was so desperately unhappy, depressed, sick of the highs, sick of the lows, sick of the depression, the mania, the hospitalizations, the needles, the ECT, the bad relationships. Everything was just falling apart, and I just said, that's it. And
How old were you?
I think I don't have an exact age, but I think I was in my 30s. I was in my 30s when I attempted my life.
Did you ever write about it? Did you ever do any poetry that reflected that time in your life?
Yes, I think I have a couple poems about taking medication or taking pills, popping pills, but I think most of my poetry stems around my search for God and the reason why I'm here and what is my purpose in life. Why was I born? What is my purpose besides, say for instance now, taking care of my husband and being the best person that I can be.
I think purpose is big. I mean, we all need that feeling that there's a reason that we're here.
Yeah.
So at what point did the tide turn for you?
The tide really essentially turned when I met my dear husband, Andrey. It was very unexpected to meet my husband the way I did. I met him online through a website, and
Not unusual.
it's really literally like a dream come true. I mean, I feel highly blessed and highly grateful for having met such a wonderful person, a wonderful man that stands by me daily, through everything we've been through. And it's just amazing. Very happy.
Okay. Any words come to mind on that topic? So I'm sitting with a poet, so I'm trying to pull her in, see if she might share.
All right, I will read some poetry from my book, Wrapped to God, A Search for Truth.
When was that published?
This was published in 2017.
Okay.
Self-published.
And when did you meet your husband?
I met my husband in 2000. Well, it was 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago. Yeah. So.
Do the math. 12.
So, I was with my husband when I published this book.
Okay.
And he really was the impetus that, he really got me to do this, to publish my poetry and put a collection of poetry together and put it out there. So yeah, I sent some poetry that I can whip out here. So this is number 22 in the book. Keep my eyes shut from the world, painful remorse on my side. Start a new life and learn to abide. Didn't like what I saw in youth, hated my life, be the truth. Turn the table now, but sit with grace, starting to notice the lines on my face. But what's more important than the sun in the sky? Give out my heart and learn how to fly. Soar high above all the pain in the land and seek just to love. Please take my hand.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So you're both a poet and a musician and a rapper. So a lot of your music and your poetry deals with searching for truth and searching for God. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Could you tell us more about how you came to that?
Well, going back to the very beginning, when we were living in Japan, when I was 5 years old, I looked above my bed, and it was either a dream or it was real, and I had a vision. And this vision, when I was 5, was I looked up over my bed, and I saw Jesus Christ over my bed. I saw an image of Jesus Christ over my bed when I was 5 years old. And ever since then, I've been on a mission to find him.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, to like see his face and see him and see who he is and who he was and who he is. So that is my just and true mission.
Okay. So tell us more about Rap to God. It's your name, it's your book, it's your song, it's your album. Apparently, Rap to God is you. Tell us about that.
I want to have a communication with God that is real. It's kind of hard for me because I don't hear God's voice, like knowing that it is God speaking to me. But I do think that God speaks in many different ways. But Rap to God came to me, this particular name, because I want to talk with God. And I want to chat with him. I want to talk with him. I want to get to know who he is and what he is and where he is and why he is and why I am, and all the questions that I've had ever since the very beginning.
Okay. So if I were to say 2 words, positive impact, how does that relate to your life and perhaps your future?
Well, positive impact, I would like to make a positive impact on this world. And that brings me to another poem. All right, Steve?
Absolutely. Now is a good time.
Each day runs together like an infinite string. A failure or success, it's a delicate thing. Make it what you want, don't settle for less. Look up to the sky in times of duress. In your hour of need, mercy rains down. It is time to heed where the eternal crown. Arms round the globe, be tender and wise. Hold it firm in your mind and always be kind. For each time runs together like an infinite tune. Pleasing the ears, there's no need to room. What's been given is not lost. Do not be bossed by the darkness throughout. What's this life all about? Yet each day brings a measure of truth. Let's not be completely aloof. Look to the stars and the vast universe. Pray do not feel that life is a curse. Therefore, seek that your life shall blossom in time. There is nothing more than true love divine. Hold close to your heart which you thought you had lost. Don't give up in the storm at all cost. Don't give up in the storm at all cost. Don't give up in the storm at all cost.
Nicely done. Love it. It's got a positive impact. It's spiritual. In your daily life, how do you reflect your spirituality on a daily basis?
Well, first thing when I get out of bed in the morning, I thank God for being here, for my life. I tell God I love him and I thank him, and I try to start my day. I start my day and every day I just live to the best of my ability, and that's all I can do. I try to be the best person I can be. I try to walk the straight line, which is what Jesus tells me to do, and that's how I live my life. I just try to do my best.
It's all we can do, right?
Yeah.
And it's good to have people sharing their thoughts, their dreams, and their aspirations with others, because it helps everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
So you tend to talk through poetry, and I look down, I see numbers. Which one of these do you think would apply to this moment in time?
At this moment in time,
I think I see a number 82.
82.
What's 82
okay, 82. Poem number 82. Let's just see what that's all about. Are you ready, guys?
Absolutely.
Thinking about you endlessly, I cannot rest. Don't know if I can pass this harrowing test. God, please come to my behest. This world is now just one big mess. My dear God, I must confess, all my angst doesn't make me love you less. Took the road of pain, felt like I went insane, was the bane of my existence. Keep thinking of you, what do you want me to do? I've tried to remain true, just think of what I've been through. Want to lay my head down, rest a bit from my frown. Make me happy, Lord, show your face to me. I've been searching for you since I was 3, but still to no avail. Lord, let me out of this jail. I will hail your return. My heart still burns. Now it's your turn.
Talk to us about the true meaning behind this. So what I hear is there's definitely a recognition of God. There is a respect for God and a love for God. Well, let's face it, we're human. We're not people of the cloth. We're just average people trying to go through life and make it work. And we have a constant barrage of OMG. Sorry, God, I know. Yeah. But we're always saying that. We're always asking, where are you? And I don't know. Help me out. Tell me more about what your thoughts are on the poem.
Well, I wish I knew. Some people say God is everywhere and God is in everything. So maybe that's true. This is my search. This is what I'm searching for. I'm searching for the promise that God gave us, that one day he will be revealed. I don't know when that's going to be. It could happen in 5 minutes. It could happen in 5 years. Mm-hmm. It could happen in 5 decades. I just hope that I just pray that he will reveal himself soon, because I think things in the world are a little hairy right now. And
absolutely,
I really, all I really want in this life is for people to live peacefully and with love in their heart, and just think about how wonderful our world could be, how just magnificent our world could be if we just all get along. You know, if we just all got along and worked together and built things together and just drop the weapons and drop the hatred and just the bad vibes and the bad way that we're living, and just embrace each other and hold each other and lift each other up. Rise up, baby, rise up.
I
We
get
gotta
it.
rise up.
So I mentioned faith a couple of times, and I think that's really what it all comes down to. It's you have faith, there's God, there's something else, and I guess I kind of look at it as it's just another test. This is a test. If that's there, if heaven is there, and everything they tell us to believe in is true, and I have to kind of feel that it is, we test ourselves on a daily basis. And we keep getting knocked down, and we keep getting knocked down, and we keep getting knocked down. It almost sounds like one of your poems. It's the repetition. It's just over and over and over. So, funny story, I'm on the way here to the show tonight. Mm-hmm. And I just paid my last payment on my pickup truck, December 17th. and I pulled out of the parking lot. I turned right, and the engine just revved because the transmission died. And I'm sitting there going, like, really? How does this happen? Like, final payment, transmission's gone. I run upstairs. I switch vehicles with my girlfriend, and I got here. That was the test. I got here. But at the end of the day, I still have to shake my head and go, why? Not blaming anybody, not blaming you, but I just have to say, why? Why does it have to be so hard? And I find that if I don't laugh about it, I'd spend a lot more time crying. And I think laughter's better. So I'm going to laugh that the warranty is expired. and it's paid for, but it's just going to be a giant paperweight sitting there for a while.
Well, see, Steve, I believe there's a reason why you're here now and why you made it here tonight. Okay, we don't know all the reasons. We don't know the reasons. We don't know the meaning sometimes, but I do believe that there's a passage in the Bible that says, "Lean not unto thine own understanding, but with all thine heart lean on God." And you know, we don't understand. We don't understand everything, and the Bible says, "Lean not unto thine own understanding." So I question a lot of things myself. I question why things happen the way they do, and why I went through so much pain, and why I went through so much suffering. And now I stand here, or I sit here, and I'm speaking with you, and I can tell you that my life has turned around 180 degrees. I mean, it's just really unreal. It's unreal that I'm here today to tell you and to tell others that life can change on a dime. It really can. It can, and my life has gotten so much better. It just doesn't even compare to what I experienced in the past. Hey, buddy,
can you spare a dime? Because I'm thinking I could use one right now.
Sure, Steve. Absolutely.
Just one more dime. So you have spirituality, you have creativity, and you put that into projects. Could you tell us about other projects? You've got the book. Tell us about your music.
Well, I have an album out that was released, first a debut album that was released in 2019, and I named it Rap to God. And the single on the album, Rap to God, actually, I was very surprised about this, but very pleasantly surprised and very glad about it, because the single Rap to God charted twice on the top 20 most streamed rock songs in the industry, and I was shocked. I mean,
impressive.
It's a great song, and actually I could do the lyrics here if that will be all right.
Sure.
God's not in sight. I'm tired of the fight. In him I would delight. I need to see the light. Am I wrong or am I right? Definitely not trite. I've been born bright. I fall forth into the night, waiting to see the light. There is cause for fright. Feel like I'm at a height to fall down to the ground and be buried under the earth. Such a wide girth, searching for truth. I need proof of the maker. He's a soul shaker, of my life a taker. Don't want to be a faker. Life's a real heartbreaker. Slowly being woken, my heart and spirit broken. Pretty soon I'll be croaking. Please send me a small token of your love from up above. I need it now. God bless us. And that's just some of the lyrics of the song. So, but the music is really cool too. I worked with a really cool producer to do that.
Okay. Now moving forward, well, actually, what date did you do the song again?
So that album came out in 2019.
Okay. So the book in
2017.
17.
Yeah,
and
so
then
2 years later,
2 years later, that.
Yeah, the album came out.
We're in 2024 now. Moving forward, what's your future look like?
Well, I've been working on I've been working on this character named Gloria, and she's actually going to have her own TV show, public access TV show with Spectrum Channel 192, and that's coming out within the next month or so. And Gloria,
what area in Connecticut does that cover?
Oh, so that covers Litchfield County, and
Okay.
yeah. So she's gonna be something coming up.
We're gonna leave a little mystery there.
Little mystery, little
Okay.
mystery. She's one of those characters that's in me, and she's gonna be telling it like it is, speaking the truth, telling it like it is, and with a twist, with with a funny kind of comedic flair about her. And I'm gonna leave the rest up to mystery.
Okay.
A mystery.
We will look forward to the mystery then. So now we want to kind of like dive into advice. You were there, now you're here. Life is better. Any pearls of wisdom?
Yes, don't give up in the storm at all cost. Just don't give up. We don't have a choice. Don't give up. Don't. Life, like I said, can change when you least expect it. And I believe we're given life for a reason. No matter what the hardships, no matter what the struggles, no matter the trudging through the mud, the pain, the suffering, it's worth it in the end, and it will be worth it in the end, I believe.
Okay.
So my suggestion to people is to just stay tough, stay strong, do the absolute best that you can do. Do better than the best, and you'll flourish.
Fantastic. I kind of feel the same way. I look back on my life and I look at, everything I've been through. I was fed for 30 days with an intravenous tube in my ankle because it was the largest artery they could find when I was 18 months old. I've fallen out of the car. I've fallen into the foundation, smashed my head. I've cut myself with chainsaws. I've been in car accidents, woke up with pressure relief valves in my skull. And I just kind of look back and go, I'm still here. And I keep looking up and going, got any insights? Anything you want to share? Got a direction? Words of wisdom? Anything? I think it comes back to, again, faith. Having faith in God, this is just me, but having faith in God is having faith in yourself and being able to figure it out and move to the next step, so to speak. So I just keep pushing forward and doing the best I can and hoping it's all going to work out. Closing thoughts. What do you got? Any last words of wisdom?
I would just say, don't give up in the storm at all cost. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Forge forward.
Forge forward. So
do it.
We have technically 60 seconds left. 60 seconds. Where are we going to go with 60 seconds? I think I'm just going to reiterate what you just said. Just keep forging forward. Keep having the faith in yourself. They always tell you that God helps those who help themselves. Right?
Do it and don't eschew it.
What's that mean?
Do it and don't ignore it. Just do it and don't let it by the wayside. Do it and don't eschew it.
Fantastic. I think that's it. Wrapping it up.
All right.
Thanks so much,
Liz.
Liz.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.